Okay. So first of all, as always, I just want to say thank you, God. I have to say that as much as I can while I can say it, because I understand that life is tough for me as a target individual, and I don't know if there'll be most likely a time where I will not be able to say thank you, God. As I'm saying that, I can hear some like this pathetic perp saying that they're God, which I'm glad that these sad pathetic perps call themselves gods, because it won't take much for that moment to be properly reminded to them in a way that's interesting. But thank you, God. Thank you, God, that I don't have to live the life the way these people are living. Let me just say this. Let me thank God that I don't even have the option to live the life that this low life live. They're just nasty low life. That I see them for what they are. Whatever horrible things I'm going to go through, there's dignity in my sufferings. Of course, I will never choose to live this life where I'm being tortured and tormented and manipulated. But in comparison to the life of these losers, I honestly think this is better. Because with that being said, as target individual, we are going to go through horrible things. We are test subjects, where our brains, our body are used to develop technology. Now they contract a lot of these sad, pathetic people because you gotta understand the ability to do what they do to us is just basically godly. Our brain, our body can be destroyed remotely. We can be manipulated to experience whatever is designed. This technology can design us to experience. Now there are people all around you that are supposed to make you accept this manipulation as if this is something that you would experience naturally. I mean, they come in all shape and form. They can really try to gaslight you into accepting this manipulation. And you look at these people, it's like, do you think that I'm the type to be gaslighted and acceptive of this manipulation? I'm not that. Especially now with time, I'm getting more validation than ever. You will never make me believe this falsification of reality. You are contracted to be a clown at this point. You're contracted to minimize any intellect that you have for you to make me accept this manipulation that this technology has been capable of doing for a long time. I know what I am to this program. I know what's happening to me is in regard of this this program that is just developing of these weapons, this technology. My body's breaking down now because I have this some fierce fan fatale doing that to me. It's because this weapons, this technology is coming from the DoD, and I'm just a test subject. You know, it's amazing how we are. This program really tries to present everything but the reality of what this is about. Now I understand why people enjoy this. The incentives that this technology provides are amazing. It gives people, especially certain people more than others, this ability to feel so special. But the level of shamelessness they have to live with is so sad. But I'm so glad that they live this life because as they see me break down, their life is not getting any better. Matter of fact, some of them will get sick. Some of them will die even before I die. But in the meantime, I'm just so thankful that I never live life like them. You know, this perps talk about how wait till whatever we set up comes. But I'm like, wait, but you know you're living life, right? You know the more you wait, your life is not gonna be extended. Like I'm so glad my life is not that where I'm like waiting for somebody to start breaking down physically, and that's when my life is supposed to get any better. Like you're so pathetic. Your happiness is based now on how I'm gonna suffer. What the? You're a sad, pathetic low life. I will never. This purpose, that's when I know some people are just like, it's very pathetic. I know perps participate in my destruction that got sick. I don't want to have any. I don't want to know any of the sufferings. I don't want to see that. I don't care. That not even the care. It's just almost sad for me. I don't even want to see like somebody who's involved in the program where I'm being tortured and my brain is literally being diminished. My body is being diminished. I don't even want to see them suffer. And these people are fully involved in my torture. I don't care about them. Like I would never want to be like, let me watch her slowly die. Never. I don't, no. And she's going through some very serious diseases, condition. And I'm not saying that this person, but I'm just saying I will never be like, oh, I'm gonna wait to see. Never. But to hear these people say, oh, wait, we'll see how you're gonna slowly break down, you're gonna be blinded, you're gonna be paralyzed, and this and that, and I'll be watching this whole process. Like, please do. Like they don't have the concept that life for you is also limited. You know that, right? But I'm so thankful that you do that, because I wouldn't want you to go live life and be a dignified human being. No, live your life in this sad, pathetic low lifeness where you say these nasty things, where you create your fantasy of reality that's so falsified. You're a pathetic loser working for governmental entities that have issues that have been well recorded. You can't even make me look at you. You don't even want to be seen, because when I see you and you're the person talking to me, I'm like, this is the retard that's talking to me. They're so nasty and pathetic. They're looking forward to how I'm going to be castrated. It's like I will run to somebody castrating me. You sad piece of shit. You can't even say Roy Moore. In every way, you've been humiliated by reality. They do this manipulation in my brain that's so disgusting. And as I'm saying that they try to do these things, it's been the humiliation of reality where these people that you don't even respect in the first place, that you will look at them as like, these people are clowns for living. Then they come in all shape or form. Try to convince you that this manipulation is some kind of not mapping mining, and you hear these people like, you really? Like, you're going to tell me who I am? Like, I don't know who I am. But you, who is involved in this program, is going to make me accept this. I go to a date, and these kids, these babies, you know what they do with my brain when there's these babies, little girls especially, they create these reactions, design these ways of like perceiving these kids, giving me sexual stimulation or giving me perceptions. And this is how they're doing this thing with the EEG, heterodyning or cloning. And then you hear this trash, now we're mapping. They try to convince you that you're not being manipulated to experience that. These losers, trash. And this validation that they have these tactics, this technology that can literally capture your neural network, manipulate it on top of not only just be able to monitor it, but manipulate it and put it back in your brain to give you a design reaction that they want you to have. Literally saying that word by word. And you hear this trash, now with you was just mapping trash. Now you're manipulating my brain to experience that. You fucking loser. So I go to this date, and this baby, I don't even, I'm looking and I can see like in my peripheral, like some kids, some very young kids, like some 6, 7 year old babies around that age. And I'm looking, I can see on the corner of like, I see this I can see like a blur of like a child over there, a little girl over there, and they were forcing me to get stimulation. One waiter did this like gesture, right? And I'm not gonna mimic that. And then they're like, no. And then, as I say, no, they try to do this thing with me. Everything I'm experiencing is just manipulation that this is supposed to degrade me. But he does this gesture, and then they make me have this stimulation and this sensation toward these kids on the corner over there that can see a blur. I tried not to, like, I really, they have the ability to make you see what they want you to see. Even if you block it out like that, you can still see like things on the side, and so they start making me feel stimulation toward these kids over there. After this guy did this gesture, and it's something sexual, and the way he's trying to make me think is like, no, but I remember what you did as a child. I was like, look at me. Do I look like a freaking kid? And first of all, this manipulation, even when I was a kid, I never experienced that. But look at me. Do I look like a freaking baby? Like, do I look like a kid? These people are low-life pedophiles that force people to get this nasty reaction. And for me, they try to make now, but we mapped it to you as a kid now. First of all, as a kid, that's not the reaction that we experience. But today, they have this tactic to force target individual to have sexual stimulation toward children. It's part of their breakdown. It's called the pedophilia type of torture. At least that's one target individual called it. forcing you to have some reaction toward children for the purpose of breaking you down. And for me, they do this nasty manipulation, which they want me to be like, no, what we're doing, we're making your brain be your brain when you were a kid. Look, what? You're making me mentally retarded. That's what you're saying. Of course, it's not true. They just want you to accept the way they force you to. They want you to accept these manipulations and try to make sense of them and find those logical, when in reality it's like the only reason why I'm experiencing this is because you are playing with my brain and rewiring my brain and manipulating my brain for me to experience that. I will never experience this nastiness unless my brain is being manipulated by this EEG cloning or heterodyning or whatever technology is utilized to manipulate you like this. This is the result of manipulating my brain. This is not an organic reaction. This is a design reaction. This is a design perception. This is a design stimulation, which is what you do. Then you try to gaslight me to accept this manipulation, and they use these retards. They're mining trash retarded. They're reminding. Do you understand how stupid you have to make these people? Some of them are intellectuals. They all sort of people who are supposed to be like, no, we're mining you. It's like, no, you're manipulating me. You're making me experience something that I will not experience unless I'm being manipulated, which is basically the definition of being manipulated. I will not experience this reaction, this feeling, this perception, this stimulation unless my brain was being manipulated. And today, my brain is being manipulated by this technology that's been manipulating so many other people. And the same ways. It's so disgusting. They are truly trying to break you down using this disgusting pedophilia manipulation. And then you hear this child like people, if you see who's talking to you, and they're like, no, they're mining. And you go, oh, God, you are a freaking childlike retard. They've been humiliated by reality. Now, because of them having to dumb themselves, I'm expecting so much torture because they've been too humiliated. Can you imagine people telling you, no, they are, it's still you, and you hear somebody literally saying, they're doing the pedophilia type of torture. Oh, but if I this technology now, to break the target individual, they rewire the thought process, they rewire the brain. Literally, this technology can capture the neural network, manipulate it, not only monitor, but manipulate and put it back in the brain. And then you have this child like trash who's supposed to make you accept this. Now they are still you. Look at this. Look at this childlike person. Who, matter of fact, telling you they're going to frame you, right? Because they're going to frame you and they're going to say that you raped a child. Those are the same people telling you now we're mining you. Of course, if these people are capable not only to frame you, you got to understand this is the same people telling you that no, we're not manipulating your brain. So the validation is just too much. And on top of that, you find out the governmental entities are mining you, happen to have so much issue with child porn and pedophilia. It's been ongoing for years. And what they're holding on to is like, no, what you did as a kid in middle school? Do I look like a child? You see, imagine seeing a grown-ass man try to mimic what you did as a kid. And you look at this like, do you know I'm an adult man? Let me just show you like how pathetic it gets. Imagine me as a grown-ass man try to making you, as I'm saying that they're trying to frustrate me because I'm trying to pull up the picture. They do these things that are supposed to like create frustration, which is also used to kind of make you like accepting of things. I'm not going to get frustrated because I've shown this thing a million times. You're not going to make me feel nervous. Imagine I'm like, here, now remember what you did as a kid at this age. And do this weird gesture. Look at you, dumbass. You're a grown-ass man. Look at me. Do you think I'm going to be like, oh, this is natural? Because in the corner over there, there's like a little girl that also I'm forcing to. I can barely see her, but I know it's a kid, a baby over there. She gave me stimulation, and I will not know that my brain is being manipulated by the same governmental entities that have been manipulating people to have this nasty reaction toward children. And this technology that happens to be able to manipulate your neural network But because you look like this, I'm not trying. And they try to gaslight you into accepting this thing. Target individuals do never identify with this manipulation. That's what they do. For me, I've embarrassed them so much because you know the level of dumbing that yourself down you have to have. Because when you hear that there's people, when you hear that this technology specifically rewire the brain this way and have been using this disturbing pedophilia type of torture. Specifically, I didn't come up with this terminology. A woman says that sometimes what they make her do is male baby powder and give her some sexual stimulation that's pedophilia centric. Matter of fact, it's so common that almost all target individuals say something about child porn being planted in their brain. Now you have these people involved in this program telling you, no, with you it's different. No, we're just mining your brain. Trash ass. Now, of course, we obviously know at this point that there's no way they can counter the fact that there's a reality that they do this pedophilia type of torture. Matter of fact, the brain can be manipulated. It's been validated by people that have nothing to do with me, but express and describe exactly what I'm saying before I even said it. So what's going to happen now? For me, it's just going to be horrible. Because these bottom feeders have been humiliated by reality. Can you imagine you are trying to prove something that is so obvious that is so falsified? I humiliated these people at this point. I humiliate them. And I will continue to do that until I can't. Because I want you to look at yourself like, you think that I will identify with this manipulation? You think that I'm going to think that my brain's not being manipulated? Because you slam the door? Because what do you think, like, there is nothing that you can do. And you know, I interact with people. With me, it's been so pathetic because the people that I interact with who are perps, they are the most progressive, liberal, individual, and the people who put me in this program are the most conservative people you can imagine. And to see these people in front of me try to counter reality and see how delusional they can get and how they can block reality is magical. I'm looking at this person and I'm like, you really have to stoop to this level, huh? They wanted to present themselves this femme fatale, bunch of strong femme, like women who are like avenging for what you did, and the reality you involved in the program that is destroying life of so many men, women, and children. Women, a lot of women. Matter of fact, I want them to say the name of those women sometimes. I was with this person, and I'm like, please, like, say the name of what you see over there. Because I want you to say those names and you understand that these people are real people that have been destroyed by the same program that's out here avenging. Never. I will see this low life for what they are. All of them. And for these babies, it's so sad. I was on a date with this person, and on the corner I see another kid over there. And I can see her, like, first of all, they make her flip her hair. And they have these ways of just forcing me to get stimulation and sensation, which they have limited, clowns. And they make me have this emotional reaction, this stimulation, which is what they can do with this technology, right? And then they try to convince you, now we mapped it. It's just, and so they make you have these stimulations, right? And at this point, they still want me to be like, no, we're not manipulating your brain. We're mapping your. If you see the clowns, that these people, I don't know how they can be so strong in the shamelessness. I don't know how they do it. I would be so embarrassed. I would want to jump off over this window. Like, it's just too much. But I guess that's why they use some special people. Are like, but so this kid is doing this thing with her hair, and they start giving me stimulation. And then at one point, she's like jumping up and down on her chair, and they try to create this perception of this kid's like a woman. And want me to feel guilty. I will never feel guilty for anything that's manipulated for me to experience, because I recognize my brain is being manipulated. And I have this way to come in, they try to gaslight you into accepting this. And what it doesn't make me identify. It makes me angry because I'm looking at this piece of shit. It's like, you think because you're looking at me this way, I'm going to be like, yeah, it's my brain. When I know what you can do to the brain, they're delusional. I was like, I'm going to throw this glass at this guy. Do you think that they make you experience this thing, and then they try to look at you? Oh my God, it's so typical. Like, imagine I'm putting something in your pocket. It's so basic, like kind of psychological manipulation. gaslighting tactic, where I make you experience something and then I'm like, oh my god, like piece of shit. You think I don't? Do I look like that kind of person to be gaslighted like that? Do I look like I'm that type of person? Like you think you looking at me is gonna be like, oh my god, he's looking at me this way? You piece of fucking retard. I almost grabbed I threw something at him. Almost, I was like, this piece of shit is retarded. You think that I will ever be identifying to something because the way you're looking at me, when I know that my brain is being manipulated, because you're looking at me, oh, he's so mad, you just call me. It's like, what? How stupid is that? Do you think I have not surpassed this level of understanding what this is about? That the way you're looking at me after you make me experience this disgusting perception is gonna now make me be like, you know what? What? It's so mean now. They mapped it. It's not the way they can manipulate the brain to perceive things. We know, I'm like, these people, and they truly want you to be like, no, we're mapping trash. You guys are ran by pedophiles. There's a bunch of pedos in this agency. This technology can literally manipulate your neural network, neural network, your EEG signal, can put your brain, it can manipulate your brain in whatever way, design any emotion reaction and stimulation. And then you have this bottom fears who's supposed to counter that. These perps talking to you via V2K, you see who's talking to you. You look at these people, they don't even know who they are. They are here trying to make you accept these manipulations. It's surreal. Then you hear this, nah, they paid in the program out here suffocating 7-year-old kid. What the F? They're torturing babies, infants. I hear these testimonies. You think you're going to gaslight me to forget that? This, I hear how capable of harming children they are. Well, this trash out here saying whatever needs to be to counter reality. Never. There's a reality, and I'm not going to let them escape from it. You know, I was having this dialogue with this in my brain, by the way, is completely ravaged. But these people, the way they try to trick themselves, to see somebody who's very capable to understand logic, but to see her dumb herself down, and to see how she's battled with reality. You know, for me, it's been people who try to be super socially conscious, politically correct, and like you're involved in this program that does this mean, horrible things, but somehow you want that to be forgotten. But you are talking about this thing happening over there. You're such a fraud. You're such a fraud. Because you know what this program does to people. You know how you manipulate people. You know how it's obvious. There's no way to counter that. You can send all these retards to try to convince you this other one. Never. And so you see this woman try to have this logical conversation with me. I'm like, yes, this is how bad you have to be. Now I'm like a genius in comparison to you. You can't even play the femme fatale, the feminist. Look at over there. What you think over there? Why do you think I'm asking you to say those names? You gonna watch me in hell? You can't even say Roy Moore. This is not your hell, by the way. The hell I'm gonna go through is the hell of these governmental entities that have been putting people in hell for the purpose of developing this technology. You can't even see the name of this man. In every way, it's been shown that you're just a bottom feeder in this program. Now the frustration that you can be humiliated by the fact that you're actually working for this governmental entity that does so much horrible things to not only women but even children. The entities that run this program have shown a disgusting trend. And do you want to feel empowered? And you can't wait to see me torture as if it's going to make you laugh any better. You're so pathetic. Even if told today, one of these trash get sick to the point where they're dying, they're going through chemo, cancer, I wouldn't even want to see them. You think I'd be like, oh, let me watch you who've been torturing me, let me watch you slowly die. No, go do. The reason why these people want to watch me in such a sufferance is because they've been too humiliated by reality. Because in their mind, they wanted to paint themselves as this fierce fan, die, you pay now. Yeah, okay. Involved in these horrible things that you do to children and women. Even if these people have not participated themselves in the torture of women and children, this program is obviously, they're doing horrible things to not only men, but women and children all around the world. But the incentives of what they get out of doing this, the feeling, this empowerment feeling, this group thinking, this money, is all gives them this empowerment that it's worth for them to do that. That's why I'm so thankful to guys. Like, thank you, God. I didn't even get the option to do that because I hope. Imagine if I was somebody like I was like them, dumbing myself down to that level. Oh, we're mapping. I pay. Hell, I can't even see. I will be watching. You hear this dumbass making noise campaign? This is supposed to make me accept these things. It's humiliating. The way they twist my brain and this stupidity. I'd rather die in hell than live a life when I'm capable of doing whatever I want in life, but having to dumb myself down to try to gaslight somebody into accepting this obvious manipulation that's been done to so many others. And now my life is to counter reality every day. I'm being contracted to literally make sure that he doesn't see things for the things that they are. My job is to block reality and make this individual live in our reality, which is literally mentally retarded. I will never let them live that the fantasy. They will live in embarrassment and let my death, my sufferings be the what they look for in life. That's the kind of life I wish they continue to live because it's a pathetic life and they don't even know it. I myself know there's people who participate in my torture, in my targeting. I don't even care. Listen, I honestly almost feel bad for them when I hear them going through the horrible things. And I should be like, oh, that's what you get. Yeah, no, I don't even want to know. To be honest, it's sad actually. So these losers, let them live this life. Everything has its time. God give me strength for the sufferings I'm going to go through. Give me the strength. I will need it. But I thank you, God, that I didn't have to dumb myself down to this level. Thank you. As my brain being rewired in whatever ways, like trying to make me accept this manipulation in whatever stupid ways. Target individual do not identify with this pedophilia manipulation. Do not identify with this thought that are forced onto you. Do not identify with anything that you know you yourself organically will never experience unless this technology can make you experience these things. Stay strong.